Beyond the planets, past the edge of our solar system, something is moving. Not a comet, not a planet, not debris. Voyager 1, humanity's most distant probe, just detected something that shouldn't be there. Even more unsettling, Voyager is changing. What it found in the silent dark may be more than just unknown. It might be intelligent. NASA engineers ran simulations. They ruled out comets, dust, and gravitational lensing. Nothing fit. Then came the twist. Voyager 2, millions of miles away, detected the same thing. A mirrored signal, same pulse, same anomaly. Coincidence? Hardly. Two separate spacecraft, two separate locations, one shared event. This wasn't random, it was real. The more data Voyager sent back, the stranger it looked. At first it was just one anomaly, then two, then more. Signals began to form patterns, rhythmic, repeating, precise. Some scientists wondered, was this noise, or was something moving? Then came the theory, bold, unconfirmed, and chilling. What if Voyager hadn't detected one object, but many? Not random, not scattered, but moving in sync, like birds in formation, like a fleet. In the vacuum of space, objects drift apart. Gravity, velocity, and time all scatter them. But these readings suggested alignment, deliberate motion. Was it debris, a swarm of probes, or something else entirely? There's no official confirmation, no photographs, no hard evidence of a fleet. But the math, the signals, the behavior, they hint at coordination, and coordination implies intent. Voyager 1 has been drifting in the void for decades, a quiet passenger in the vastness of space. Most days it sends back silence, cold data, predictable measurements of magnetic fields, radiation levels, and plasma waves. But sometimes, in the quiet, something flickers, a slight ripple, an unexplained pulse, an out-of-place wave pattern. They're easy to miss, and even easier to dismiss. After all, space is chaotic. Between cosmic rays, solar storms, and the occasional glitch in an aging system, not every anomaly deserves attention. So for years, when Voyager whispered strange things, we didn't listen too closely. We chalked it up to interference, static, a fluke. But recently, that mindset started to shift. Because when something moves, and moves with intent, suddenly the past deserves a second look. What if Voyager had been trying to tell us something all along? What if the real story wasn't what we just found, but what we may have overlooked? Voyager 1 was launched in 1977. Its mission: explore the outer planets and then drift endlessly into space. No one expected it to last this long. But 15 billion miles later, and nearly 50 years on, it's still alive. Signals take over 22 hours to reach it, and 22 hours to come back. A conversation takes almost 2 days, but Voyager is still whispering. And recently, it whispered something no one expected. At first, it was just a flicker, a minor anomaly in the data, a tiny reflection, a faint shift in plasma waves. Normal, right? Space is full of noise. But this wasn't noise. It moved, it curved, it accelerated. Space debris tumbles, rocks spin chaotically. But this object glided. Smooth, controlled, as if it knew where it was going. Digging into Voyager's archives, some analysts began wondering, was this the first anomaly of its kind, or simply the first one we noticed? Past plasma wave data from the 1980s, long buried in analog logs, hinted at strange fluctuations. But back then, no one thought twice. In hindsight, those could have been the first whispers, signals that went unnoticed. Now they're clues. Then came the pulses, structured, measured, repeating. Not the kind of randomness you'd expect from natural radiation. These patterns looped, echoed, communicated. Scientists studied the waves. They didn't behave like cosmic background noise. They behaved like language. Signals passed between the objects as if they were talking or scanning or coordinating. Was this data, a transmission, or something stranger? Now here's where it breaks physics. There were no ion trails, no propulsion flares, no heat, yet they moved fast, faster than any human craft, some faster than what should be possible in the galaxy. They weren't floating, they were navigating, and even more curious, they steered wide of Earth. They knew where we were, and they avoided us, almost as if they didn't want to be seen. After the encounter, something strange happened. Voyager changed. Its internal guidance systems rerouted, old subsystems reactivated, not randomly, deliberately, as if something awakened inside it. Code written in the 1970s, dormant for decades, started running again. Telemetry was redirected. It wasn't breaking down, it was adapting. To what? No one knows. Meanwhile, back on Earth, amateur radio operators began picking up static, faint pulses. At first, they ignored it, but the timestamps? They matched Voyager's anomalies. Could signals billions of miles away be echoing back to Earth? Some say it's bleed through. Others think we were meant to hear it. Was someone, or something, testing our reach? The scientific community split down the middle. Some argued it had to be natural, some new kind of cosmic dust, plasma field, or undiscovered stellar behavior. Others insisted, nothing in nature moves like this. Nothing travels in sync. Nothing pulses like a system. Some believe it's a natural phenomenon we don't understand. Others believe it's a fleet, drones, probes, something engineered. And here's the most unsettling idea. Maybe Voyager didn't stumble upon it. Maybe Voyager was the trigger. Maybe after decades of silence, we knocked, and something knocked back. There's a theory growing in quiet circles that space isn't empty, that it's a network, a hidden layer of communication, cloaked from modern tech. And Voyager, old, analog, unassuming, was the perfect receiver. Not digital, not noisy, just listening. And what it heard might be a broadcast. But if it was, then who was meant to hear it? And what happens if we answer? In the silence between stars, something moved. Not a planet, not a comet, not a dream. Something real, something deliberate, something watching. Voyager saw it, and maybe it saw Voyager too.